They're all very. You pick whatever race you like and fill in the blank.
But
all homeless
wink,
people
wink.
are jacked.
Wink, wink, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got some cute little titties.
You got some nice little titties on.
What do you say to that
You should
shit?
go blonde for the summer. I don't think... He was like, what? I think he just left.
That's funny. There was like an older black guy on the bus one time that was like trying to fuck my dad, and my dad got like...
Hell yes.
My dad was like mad about it. He was like... Came like home from work all pissed off. And it's like... I think he was working at like Ritz Camera at the time. He had some like bullshit like $8 an hour job. So he's already, I'm on a fucking bus, and some guy was like, "Oh, you got a tight little ass. I'm gonna fuck you." I'm like, why are you telling me this? If you didn't do anything, you shouldn't repeat that story.
Yeah, you just got harassed, dude. You just got fucking...
My 6-year-old dad getting sexually harassed on the bus because he sat too close to the back.
When I was a kid, we were in... I'm from Vegas, so like we would go to the Strip like when my grandparents were in town or whatever. Mm-hmm. So like my grandma and grandpa were in town. We went to the Bellagio.
Yeah.
And there was this woman there, and she like took my dad aside. She whispered something in his ear. And then he laughed and walked away. And then my grandfather was like, "What was that?" My dad just says like super loud. He's like, "It's a prostitute. She tried to have sex with me." I was like 9 years old. It's like, you didn't really need to say it that loud.
All right, well, we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back after these messages.
Hey, everybody. We're here from Atomai.com, and I've got Beyblade's Metal Fusion line of fighting tops by Hasbro. I've got the basic tops. I've got electronic version. I've got launchers, grips. I've got the stadium. We're gonna put these to the test and see just how good they are. So stand by for a new toy review. Here's some background now. Beyblades first appeared as a manga or comic in Japan in the year 2000. The anime followed not long after, and the Takara Toy Company of Japan started producing the Beyblade spinning tops to go along with all that. There were video games released, and a lot like you saw with Pokemon, here we see the cartoon folds into the toys, and the toys makes interest in the cartoons sort of folds on each other. We see that again with Yu-Gi-Oh! And Bakugan.
So Stav thinks we should do all of the episodes at once in one day, and I say that that's sort of a bad idea.
Shut the fuck up.
Because,
it's not a bad idea.
It's a bad idea. It causes like continuity issues.
What continuity issues?
Well, then we pick up where we left off, and we can't remember what the fuck we said in between.
I think it's better. I think
if
we'll
we do
know
it days apart, there's more of a chance we repeat ourselves.
That's not true at all.
100%.
How?
True.
No, I'm not talking about repeating ourselves. We like bring something back up that we just talked about.
Well, that's what we gotta be pros, baby. We gotta be podcast pros.
If you want to be a fucking pro, we could just shouldn't be an issue to just record 2 different episodes a week.
What are you talking about?
Instead of having to cram
I don't want
2 episodes into one day and then stagger them.
I disagree. I think that's more pro shit to do it once, one day. The listeners don't even know it's theater of the mind. You know,
Who told you that expression?
I heard it from Adam Carolla said it once 7 years ago.
What the fuck
You got it from
means?
Adam Carolla?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah,
it's a funny source.
When I was listening to
theater of the mind.
When I was listening to people talk about fucking when I wasn't fucking. Almost all of my like guesses about sex came from listening to people talk about fucking on Loveline.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
Did you listen on the radio?
Yeah, I would fucking go to sleep. I would...
Listening to Loveline?
Listening to Loveline.
Whoa.
When I was like in, I don't know, 6th grade or something.
And you had a radio in your bedroom?
Hell yeah, dude.
That's pretty cool.
HFS, man. Fuck. We were talking about that on the other episode, weren't we?
That was my shit. You know, if we recorded it earlier today, we'd know.
Right.
I went to HF Festival and drank vodka out of a fucking Camelback.
Ooh.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was so crazy when they switched formats.
I know.
That was like literally insane.
What is it? I don't know what you
HFS
guys
was
are
like
talking
the big
about.
alternative.
Yeah, HFS is like the legendary like DC college rock radio station.
Oh yeah, for those
So-
t-shirts. They're t-shirts for it, right?
Well,
The-
I'm
yeah,
sure they
they
had
have
T-shirts.
t-shirts,
Stop
you
trying
see
to
them-
butt in with you having some kind of relevance
They
here
have
and knowing what the fuck we're
t-shirts.
talking about.
Yes, it's a
Oh yeah, I
fucking
know
radio
about that. That's the
station.
T-shirt radio station.
No,
Never
they have
mind.
it.
Don't explain it to me. I have as much information as I need.
It's a famous t-shirt.
Shut the fuck up. It's a famous T-shirt.
Yeah, but overnight,
You lived in DC. You saw like 7 guys wearing it over the last.
overnight they switched it
They're
to
famous guys.
like Clear Channel bought it, and then overnight they like fired everyone and just replaced it with this like that Spanish like that weird circus music. Yeah, and then people like protested about it, and then they brought HFS back, but on a different like.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, and it sucks now. It's like any other fucking Clear Channel, like Jack FM bullshit.
Were they
Yeah.
playing like Fugazi and like?
Yeah, back
that
in the
kinda
day.
shit?
Yeah, I mean they played more like, but you know, I mean in
Bad
the early
Brains?
'90s, if you wanted to hear like REM or whatever, fucking,
Okay, it was
you
like
know.
college rock.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
Then that was like the only place that it would be, on the radio is HFS.
Jimmy's
do you remember?
Chicken Shack.
Yeah. Do you remember when? Do you remember when Johnny Riggs got caught with all that child porn?
No.
I remember my mom like having to explain to
Was
me.
he
what
like the
child
morning
porn
zoo
was.
guy?
No, he was like one of their main like disc jockeys,
Mm-hmm.
and in the '90s, like he got there was like a heroin bust or something. He was on drugs, but then they found all this fucking child porn.
Oh,
Jesus
double
Christ.
whammy.
Yeah, my mom was like, "Yeah, no, he was looking at naked pictures of children," and I'm like 7, and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Is that wrong? Is it
Yeah,
good?
I don't know why you would do that. Like I didn't understand beating
Yeah, it
off.
just seems like
We've
a
talked,
weird
we've talked
hobby.
about this. We've talked about this before, you and I, but I don't think on the podcast. But like, our moms all have so much child porn of us,
yeah.
like in the bath.
My mom had a picture of my ass.
Just like so.
My mom had like a picture of I was like reading in my room or something naked or whatever, and I was a kid. My mom like came in, she was like surprise, and like took a picture of me. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And then she like framed it and put it up in the living room, and like friends would
Just
come
your
over and be like,
child
what the
ass.
fuck is that? And I like hide it, and then I'm like, Mom, stop putting this up, and she would do it over and over again. I think she like gets some kind of pleasure out of humiliating me.
Do you think it's like a deliberate own that your mom is?
Oh yeah,
Put
absolutely.
an 8-year-old
I don't
version of your
think
ass
in a way where
frame?
she's like, I think it's funny. I think everything has to be sort of like a power struggle or whatever.
That's
so
hilarious.
she has to do it to
Wow.
assert, like, I'm the parent.
Right.
Because I wouldn't
right.
listen to her fucking otherwise.
She shows
Except
everybody your little ass
humiliating.
dick, your little ass little kid dick.
No, it was my ass. It wasn't the dick.
My mom had the dicks out, dude. We had like a
Oh,
three
three boys.
Three
Yeah.
boys. Me and my little brothers
Just little
riding
baby dicks
watermelons. We were just sitting on watermelons with our little dicks out. And she just had that like next to like I might even still be like at my house next to like my
Yeah.
fucking senior
Just
portrait.
in giant on the produce section. This weird Greek bitch is putting her son's dick on all the watermelons.
Yeah.
It's ours now. It's free.
Also, this whole thing that
We
has
don't
been on
pay
it.
for it.
the bath time pictures of like.
Oh yeah.
Now in retrospect, there were pictures of me and my sister was like 2 and I was 6.
Yeah.
You
They
know,
were just like finger
just in a
bombing her.
bath.
Yeah. But it's like, what do you do with those pictures, right? It's not
Yeah,
like
you
you're
just have
it's
books
like
and
you're gonna
books.
want this when you're older. No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not gonna want that.
I think it's kind of
You're gonna
funny.
want to see.
I think it's kind of funny.
You're
to
gonna
have
want to
little-
see what your dick looks like.
Yeah.
I think it
you
is pretty
you know how
funny.
they like make you do like the handprints in kindergarten or whatever.
yeah.
Like, and there's like a wall in your house with pencil markings on it, but they go horizontal.
Yeah.
They're like age 8, age 9.
I remember me and my brothers would have as little ass kids like dick measuring contests because it
Yeah.
was just like, and then one
You're
time
like your neon green play school ruler.
no,
only goes up to
we would
4.5
like
inches.
hold them next to each other. We
Oh,
had no
okay.
idea what
Wow.
was, and my dad like walked in on us and he was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And because I remember the worst one was like to cheat. We would get hard. Like we would be like, we would first just measure them soft, and then one of us realized if you get hard, your dick gets bigger, and
Yeah.
that's when my dad was like, "All right, we gotta." Fucking
You know
call
what's
this
crazy
off.
is this is literally how the Greeks invented the Olympics.
It was the first event.
Yeah.
The first event.
Boy penis. The boy penis event.
This is how they invented democracy.
Boy
yeah.
penis stretching.
They had to vote on whose dick was better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. Those were fun times. Did you ever? My friend, one of my friends from middle school, he was telling his little brother his move when he was like 4 was to be like, I have a surprise for you. Close your eyes. And he would over and over again put his dick in people's hands.
That's a cool ass kid.
Little kid. Like, who's gonna say no to like a little kid being like, I have a surprise?
Yeah.
You think he's gonna put like a gummy bear in your hand or
Yeah.
something? He did it to like his mom, his brother's dad, and his teacher and kids at school.
I remember being in like daycare.
He's the king.
I was in like daycare in like fucking
wonder if
first
he
or
fucks
second
now.
grade, and there was these 2 kids in the back of the van, like 2 boys, and they were like just making out with each other, and they were like, "Look, we could do it. It's not weird or whatever." And everyone was like, "Guys, stop doing that." And they're like tongues out, like full on.
That's incredible.
It was bizarre. Yeah.
How old? I'm sorry.
I don't know. They were probably like, I don't know, 7.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the fuck?
So they didn't know what they were doing, but it's like, you did it in front of everybody.
yeah.
We're gonna have to remember this and talk about it on our respective podcasts when we're all 30-year-old
this
men.
out.
Yeah.
Damn.
I wish I could remember those guys' names.
Yeah,
so I
that'd
could,
be awesome.
So I could
So we
shame
could
them.
dox them.
Yeah, I think one of them actually. Because it's kind of fuzzy who it actually was doing that.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
remember. I think one of them was named Eric, and then I think the other one was this kid Matt. But there was this kid Matt, and I forget his last name, but he built a tent in the corner of the daycare one time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this had to be like 1997 because I remember Titanic had come out and he was obsessed with Titanic.
Oh my
He
god.
loved the movie so
Pause.
much. Yeah, he had like a picture book of the movie. Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you like go through the, and like you would bring it to school and show it. And so he would play Titanic. He would like,
As a
like,
game. Yeah.
Yeah, he would like, he'd play Titanic. And I remember my favorite thing to do in the daycare center was sign up for the computer area and then hold a magnet to the monitor and destroy the monitor. Me and my shit have friends.
That is all you need to know about you as a human being. Is that as a baby, basically, what you loved, what you spared, your hobbies were destruction and ruining other people's fun.
Fucking hold a magnet to the screen. And then, no shit, I swear to God, blame it on the retarded kid. There's a
That's the
retarded
fucking-
kid named Victor. I'll be like, Victor did it.
That is
He
hitting
drooled
for
on
the.
the fucking computer screen and broke it.
That's incredible. That's hitting for the Mullen cycle, dude. That's doing everything.
Yeah.
Trolling, vandalism, blaming the retarded.
Bullying.
There was this kid, Matt, and he was obsessed with Titanic, and then he built a tent in the corner of the room.
On the retarded.
Yeah.
What? This fucking poor kid.
I mean, they knew it was me. But fuck. So this kid Matt built a room out of like blankets and shit, and he like propped it up, and then he brought this girl who was like 3 years younger than him into the tent.
Oh no.
And I guess they were playing Titanic in there.
Oh no.
And this one
He
kid
drew her like one of his French girls.
This one kid he peeked his head in there, and then he comes out looking like a ghost. And I don't know what the fuck happened, but he goes, he was like, oh, he like looked shocked. And me and my friends were just watching this happen. And he goes up and tells the teacher, like this, the counselor, John, he says something to him, and John's like, drops everything and does that like walk where he's, of speeding up
With
the entire
purpose?
time.
Yeah.
It's just the variable speed of him like fucking increasing. How is he at that tent in like 3 seconds, and he looks in there, and then he just rips that fucking kid out of the. I don't know what the fuck he was doing there.
Oh no!
But he ripped that kid out of there. So I'm assuming he was like, molesting that girl. Or something.
Jesus, dude.
It's just like in Titanic.
Yeah, I know. And
I was really hoping for a wholesome turn.
No.
somewhere.
It doesn't make what I was doing with the computer sound so bad now, does it? I was just learning how magnets work.
Fuck, man. This girl in my preschool. I remember I had a partner. You got partnered up for and she wanted to play house all the time.
Yeah.
But her playing house was putting a baby doll in her dress and then yelling at me for not having a job. I swear to God. And it fucking freaked me out. I was like this little innocent ass fucking kid. And I was like, I don't like playing with Jennifer. Yeah. She was like, you don't do anything right. That was what house was. It was fucking so, and like she would like pop the baby out and scream and then yell at the kid. I'm not even joking.
I remember like when we were in like pre-K, like kids would play house, and then like the closet with all the clothes and shit in it, they had this fucking this like green thing that looked like AstroTurf.
Yeah.
But it covered your entire. I thought that was the coolest one, so I would always choose to be the lawn when we played house, just so I could wear that thing. Then I did nothing. I would just wear it.
Just lay down on the floor.
Yeah, I wouldn't lay down or anything. I guess that's autism.
Yeah, no.
Our thing.
Yeah. I want to be the light fixture.
I remember when I was like 8 or 9, my friend Max like figured out how to tape things on VCR.
Yeah.
So he'd go into TV Guide and then tape Real Sex, HBO Real Sex.
Hell yeah.
So then we like have sleepovers at his house and watch Real Sex. But like Real Sex wasn't porn; it was a documentary about sex. So a lot of the time it was like, you know, like 75-year-old hippies like doing a circle jerk. Like that was our introduction to like to like naked people and jerking off. And like it was just like it wasn't actually.
Did you guys beat off in the same room?
No, we couldn't beat off even at that point. We were like 9 or 10 years old. I couldn't beat off.
Did you ever do like beat off where everyone's beating off in the same room at like a sleepover? Everyone picks a corner and beats off.
Once where like my friends, we all had to go to the bathroom and like come.
Oh, hell yeah.
Come like to prove that we could come.
To pictures of your mom?
No, it was to like Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
So pictures of Adam's mom, they would all pass them around. Beat off to Adam's mom.
My mom is...
What? Say it.
Say it.
She's a lovely woman.
Hot?
Yeah.
Just like...
Really
I had a friend that had a hot mom. We found her dildo one time.
Ooh.
I don't know why we were going through their shit, but I remember... My friend Zach finding his own hot mom's dildo, and he's like, terrible. What the fuck is this? And he was like, no. You know, because he's like holding it in his hand, this like vibrator. No. And like, I'm like, yes. No. Yes. Dude, she looked like Halle Berry. Oh, she was so hot.
My friend Robert, like the house that we used to all get drunk at and like get stoned at in high school was because he had a single mom. Oh, and she was a school nurse during the week, and then on the weekend she would dance. Oh, and so his house would always be throughout the weekends. Christ. But she had
that's
legit
some Vegas shit right there.
That's Vegas as fuck. She had legit the biggest tits of all time. And like at like 15 years old, she was the like 100%. Ideal of hottest. She was the complete ideal of hottest woman you've ever seen. Like, and we were all fucking in love with her. And she used to fuck with us, dude. She used to like answer the door in a towel and shit, and be like, "Oh, I didn't know you boys were coming over."
Was the towel on her head?
No, yeah, just on her head. Yeah, completely.
It was stuffed into her pussy.
Yeah, and it was like, in retrospect, it was really sad. There was like a revolving door of like deadbeat boyfriends and stuff.
Oh God.
But like, you know, we got to experiment with drugs and alcohol. No one fucked his mom.
Not even later, but
we all furiously beat off to his mom.
It was funny. Like
those are prime beat off years.
One of our
too.
friends growing up, this my friend like Amir, his mom had this friend Bill who would come over. Like they both they knew each other. I think they both taught at like the community college or something, or he did, or I don't know what the story was, but they were like colleagues of some capacity, and. So they, Bill would always be over, and then I started making fun of him, like, your mom's fucking Bill, your mom's like cheating on your dad with Bill, or whatever.
Oh, no.
We like laugh about it, and like laugh and be like, no, she's not, dude, shut up. And then his parents got divorced, and Bill moved in. Yeah, Bill's his dad now.
That's so fucking funny. Yeah. Oh, man.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, I know. That's some real shit, dude. It's a real-ass podcast.
This is a real
That's like a real thing that happens in real life.
Yeah, we are. I think we should stop calling ourselves Puerto Rican rattlesnakes. I think that's over. I think we should be real-ass dudes.
I'm a real-ass dude.
I think, we should be real. We're the real-ass dudes now.
Oh, yeah. I'm real as fuck, dude. I've never been.
We gotta have Lewis
real.
on. I think Lewis would be a good guest.
We should actually have Lewis on.
Yeah, I did his podcast with Amico and Chris Tinkle, who I just met.
Who's that?
I don't know. He didn't really say much other than he got mad when Lewis was like forcing everybody to watch videos of two cutting kittens' heads off and shit.
Oh, what?
Well, I guess that's real, dude. It's real and
That
it's
is
ass.
real. That is true.
And it's
That's
what?
pretty
And
real.
it's ass. It's real and it's ass and it's podcast.
That's terrible. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. If we're gonna be real ass dudes, which we are,
You got to show videos of animals being tortured.
God, that sucks.
Yeah, we tried that PlayStation VR thing. That Chris guy brought it over. That's just cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want the kind of virtual reality where you just fucking walk around and fucking shoot guns and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I don't like the walking around aspect because I don't really see how that would work. It's okay with like limited mobility.
I want like a little ass room where you go in and you fucking
Yeah,
like
because
what the-
I
like what
don't.
the
I
X-Men
honestly
had.
don't understand how that VR thing would be fun with anything where you have to like walk around because you're still just moving shit on the controller. I mean, you can look around or whatever. What it would be cool for is like driving or flight simulators.
Yeah,
Or
driving
like a
would be
train
tough.
simulator,
Absolutely.
like a game where you just stand there and watch trains pass and look at them.
An air horn simulator.
Yeah.
If you could, but they're putting in different air horn
Yeah, there was
sounds.
this guy. I tell you that story about this guy. Me and my friend Matt one day, we were like, "Oh, we're gonna build like a potato cannon." And Matt had this friend John, who he knew from like alternative school, who was very much autistic.
Yeah.
And so he had like John had a car, so John picked us up and like drove us to Home Depot, and he made John buy everything.
Jesus.
And then made John like assemble it.
Oh
and
man,
so we had to go back to John's
that's like
house.
3 weeks worth of work as a bagger at Giant.
Yeah. No, it's like you can build a potato cannon pretty easily for like $50 tops in supplies.
Okay.
Yeah, you need a hacksaw, like probably cumulative
PVC pipe.
Yeah, you need 6. Here's exactly what you need. You need 5 feet of 2-inch PVC piping, and you need about 1.5 feet of 4-inch PVC piping, and then like a reducer, and then a cap for the end, and then you need a ignition for a grill, like one of those
really?
push button spark things.
Yeah.
And shit, and like putty, and then like maybe some
Can you
kind of like
shoot
O-ring clamp to keep
Dildos
the,
out of it.
anything that fits the diameter of the. Yeah, so yeah, actually, if
That
you,
would be
if you had a
awesome.
2-inch diameter
Cool.
dildo,
Like a floppy ass dildo.
yeah,
Shooting out of
you
there.
could,
We
yeah,
should be, like,
you would
make-
lube up,
open your
you would
ass.
lube up,
Like 10 feet away.
Lube
Shot
up the
dildo.
barrel.
That'd
Yeah.
be like Jackass.
And hold on, man, these things are fucking cannons. Like they
Yeah.
shoot, like the first time we shot off that potato in the woods, we were like, oh fuck, and they're like, this is a weapon because they fire it. It's loud as shit. It sounds like a fucking cannon.
Oh jeez.
And it fires potatoes at like
You were just in a
200
public
feet
park?
per second. Yeah. Well, I shot it down Matt's driveway the first time. Like we just put it on the ground. And I did a test shot and I like just launched this potato. And like it was like maybe 6 inches off the ground.
Right.
And it launched and it didn't hit the ground for like probably like 150 feet.
Whoa.
So it's moving with that amount of like for
Incredible.
velocity. Yeah.
That's so cool.
But no, we set it off, and then fucking Matt's
like-
Matt's roommate, this old black guy, comes out. He's like, "That sounded like a gun. I'm leaving." He got in his car, drove away.
Probably smart.
Yeah. No, but he made John do it, and fucking John, the autistic guy, in his house, he had in there like he lived with his parents, but it was like a fucking mess. There was shit everywhere.
Wait, he lived with his parents and he had a black roommate?
No, they weren't roommates. They were friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
How old is John?
I don't know. He's probably like 37.
Oh,
or
okay,
something.
okay. I thought for a second it might be like an old ass man hanging out with children.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he lived with his parents, and the house is like a fucking mess. And in like the dining room, there's like a table with shit all over
Yeah.
it. And then like one section of the kitchen, he has like his Microsoft Flight Simulator set up with like the 2 monitors and like the the power levers for the flight. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm simulating a flight from here to Hawaii." And it's just like a shittily rendered image of clouds. And he's just like looking at it. And it's 14 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Just,
Nothing is happening.
yeah, nothing.
It's just
Yeah, he's just sitting there like looking at it.
he's simulating the stupidest part of a flight, just the waiting part.
And that's what that shit is, dude.
Oh man, that's so good.
That's full spectrum.
That is awesome. What enjoyment do you get out of that, do you think?
Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Yeah. Well,
I
train
have no
simulator is the weirdest one. Because it's like you can't even steer the train. At least in Flight Simulator, you can like crash the plane in the Twin
You're
Towers
on a
if you want
track.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on a track. It's about like making sure you get to places on time. So it's about like managing timetables, I'm assuming.
There's been ads for Farm Simulator.
Yeah.
Now where it's
well, that's fun because there's resources and there's like a game to it.
No, dude.
I know. I can imagine. It's
farming.
like Harvest Moon or
Wait,
like
that was on Facebook, right? Wasn't that
I don't know.
thing
I
that
just
people
saw it.
did?
No, it's like a PlayStation. No, I don't mean like it's like a PlayStation.
What was that
4 game.
Farmville? Yeah.
It's a PlayStation 4 game that's like you're a farmer. That's just a job.
yeah, but there's been a lot of like Harvest Moon was really fucking successful and it's basically that.
But that's like a little fucking. I don't know.
How is that any
Can't
different
you, like,
than Minecraft?
Don't you get like a wife or something in Harvest Moon?
I don't
and you,
remember.
Like,
I never played
pigs
it.
or something.
Sounds like Roller Coaster Tycoon or SimCity, but
Yeah.
just with
Yeah, but
farm.
but
you know which
farming
one was
sucks.
bullshit? Sim Ant.
No, what's that?
That game?
It's like an anthill?
Yeah, you're an ant, and
Oh,
like,
that
you have like an
sucks.
ant
Sucks.
colony, and then the bad guy is a spider, and you have to like make enough ants to eat the spider. Otherwise,
get
the
to
spider will
fuck
just
as an
eat
ant?
you. Yeah, I guess you have to make
Hell
more
yeah.
ants.
And all the ants are like, I was talking to my therapist the other day. You know, I just go to work every day
was a
and it's so
tie-in.
boring. And
It was a tie-in with ants.
I was making love with a woman the other
They
day.
had Simcopter too, and that one was weird because like you didn't do shit that helicopters normally do. You're like putting out fires and stuff.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Some like rescue copters do that shit though.
Do they?
Like a big ass forest fire. You get choppered in, fucking put that shit away.
What are you talking about?
A
Sorry.
helicopter, dude.
Oh, where they like go to a lake and they like get all that
yeah,
water.
they suck up the
all that
water.
shit and then they dump it.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
I played The Sims like a motherfucker, dude. And SimCity.
In
I
the
suck at
future,
SimCity,
we're
though.
all gonna have personal helicopters that come and they pull the dumps out of your ass,
That sounds pretty
and
good.
wipe you from the sky.
That sounds
Amazon.
awesome.
Amazon's
Did you see
working
that
on
Black Mirror episode about the dump helicopters?
No, that show sucks, by the way.
It's okay. I mean, I love the first
they're
two
hitting it.
episodes. The first two episodes of the first season were great.
Yeah,
But
the
then this
pig
one-
fucking episode was
The pig
incredible.
fucking episode was good. The one with the new one with like the ratings one, that one was a shitty episode.
They
with Bryce Dallas
stole
Howard.
that from an episode of Community also.
Oh, really?
That was literally an episode of Community. Yeah.
Interesting.
But you know, it's like, well, you know, how about this? They got this new show. It's going to blow your mind. It's about how like the iPhones is actually like bad.
Yeah. I did that as a Vine. Yeah, so sometimes mobile phones is good, but other times mobile phones is bad.
Yeah, that's basicly what that show is. No, they had one.
like-
They had one I watched last night.
It's
where
like, what if the internet was the bad guy?
They had one last night. I started watching it, and it's like, it's a beautiful day today. This is the BBC World Service. It's a beautiful day today in the perfect future world where everything is perfect. And the robot swarms of bees we've created for some reason are operating completely as normal, as everyone expected. It's like, oh, I wonder what could happen in this episode. Go on.
There's one that I didn't watch, but there's like all these like Slate articles and stuff that's like, yes, Queen, Black Mirror's lesbian episode does it again. And they're like, this
Oh, I saw
episode
that
has
one.
nothing to do with technology. It's just a lesbian story and it has a happy ending.
Yeah. That one was like, yeah, it isn't, I mean, it sort of is technology related. It was like directed well and written well, and I
Right.
enjoyed it for that reason.
I didn't
but
see it. Yeah.
It was kind of cool. It's about like old people who can like, you know, you upload your brain to the cloud when you're ready to die or whatever.
Oh shit.
Oh.
But the cloud is basically just, you know, you get to choose an era to go live in, so it keeps cutting from like 1984 to 1980 to 1996 to 2002. But the you know, art direction is like really fucking.
Yeah,
on
it's
point.
like it looked
Yeah.
like Stranger Things though, and my roommate was watching that episode, and I was like, "Oh, this is
yeah,
Stranger
but they, you know,
Things.
they did it well. Like 2002
Yeah.
really fucking looks like 2002.
Mhm.
You know, and
I saw the '80s part. It was very Dayglow and like,
Yeah, yeah,
Wham, and
yeah.
I don't know why I said Wham, but it
Very wham.
was so Wham.
Yeah, fuck it. I want to make one a Black Mirror episode, dude.
Yeah.
It's like okay,
It's like
it's like
It's, we found
imagine,
out everyone has a pacemaker because they're fat as shit, right?
yeah,
So their hearts don't beat right anymore. But then what if the pacemakers, they get a mind of their own, you see? So now it's making everyone's heart beat too fast. And then they're just having heart attacks.
the robot on the circus. The rape chip in him is still dormant.
No, so they got, you know, everyone's hooked up to a dick sucking machine. But then he sucks your dick completely off.
yeah.
It rips your dick off your body. And then we found out the robots are using the dicks as fuel.
Yeah, I thought the pig fucking episode was so good because it wasn't even
I've never. What happened?
technology
They fuck pigs for
dystopia
real?
like the rest. No, there's the prime minister gets blackmailed to fuck a pig on live television.
Yeah, or some girl's gonna be, or one of the princesses is gonna be murdered.
Or one of the princesses is gonna be killed. Nice. And then the whole episode they're like trying to find a way around it. They're trying to find a way to make it CGI of him fucking a pig, and then like he has all these. They get cut off at every turn. And so basically, the end of it is the prime minister on live television fucks a pig.
Do you get to see that?
And then at first, it's cool because at first the whole country is watching. Everyone's in pubs, like getting really like how it would be in real life, right? If Obama fucked a pig on TV, everyone's like, "This rules." And then like 2 minutes in, everyone's like, "Holy fucking shit!"
How long does he have to fuck the pig?
This is so sad. I think to completion. So,
if you had to fuck an animal, what animal would you fuck?
I could fuck any animal I want, but I can only fuck one.
Yeah, you can fuck up to 3. Pick 3.
Yeah, I don't know. What's a good animal to have sex with?
Apparently, my friend Ramsey from college, who was one of the most disgusting humans I've ever met, he would literally like growl at old ladies. Like he was like, he wanted to fuck old ladies.
Yeah,
and he was like a fucking, I don't know. He was a real Lebanese when it came to his views on women, and he did some research, and apparently horse pussies are a lot like human pussies.
Yeah,
so that's the front runner.
I don't think my dick is ever
Mr. Hands
stuffing a horse up. Let's just say.
It's not about a real small horse.
Yeah, maybe a toy pony.
A toy pony.
I don't think like I'd ever have the confidence to like,
I think about it because
like I'm really crushing this horse puss.
You made the offer.
Maybe that's better.
You made the offer like, what animal would you fuck? And then I think I'm like, wow, there's so many animals. There has to be a choice. So I'm like, yeah, I would fuck that animal. And then there's not a single one where you would
it
actually
wouldn't be that
wanna,
cool.
Yeah.
People fuck donkeys a bunch in countries. Sheeps, people fuck sheep.
Arabs love fucking goats.
Yeah, true. That's so true.
It's true.
100%.
No, they got these videos of them on the infrared. You can check it out yourself. You look and they got these. They got the Apache helicopters over there.
Yeah,
and you see on it they got these 2 guys and they got a goat bent over, and they're both busting inside.
Wait,
the goat.
they bend it over further.
It's Eiffel Tower.
No, they break its legs so they can bend it over like a like a girl.
Yes.
They're doing the Eiffel Tower to goats.
Yes.
I don't
it
think
says you have to do that in a Quran. The Quran, it's written in there that you have to. Okay.
All right. There we go.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe like a hand job from an octopus.
That'd be tight.
Ooh, that's not. I see where you're getting at.
Yeah.
Maybe just like take some kind of.
Well, you
mollusk
trick the octopus into thinking your dick stole its gold, and then it jacks you.
I feel like
off.
I could rip it off though. They're strong as hell, dude.
Oh
Go
yeah,
ahead and try,
and mean.
And
Go
mean.
ahead. Yeah.
And
Go
smart.
Yeah.
They know that's gonna hurt. They know they got your dick in its hand.
Well, also
Dolphins
they don't
are
have any
smart.
bones, so you could technically titty fuck their brain. You could fold their brain in half and titty fuck it.
Now we're back.
I wonder if
we
it's
go.
smart enough to know what's happening when you do that. The fucking dumbass
it's too smart,
octopus.
'cause, then it would knows it's getting raped. Could you have consensual sex with an octopus?
Yeah. If they turn red, that means they want to have sex.
If they ink you, that's squirting.
Yeah.